Class 4 again for the first leg of the 6 up 1,200 metres the trip here, headed by Jolly Bountiful. He was the course and distance winner last season. He's second up for this. Sunshine Universe takes the drop back into Class 4, goes up in trip. Super Missile was a $1.30 favourite, beaten on debut. First Butte and Harvest Century both make their debuts on Monday. Lucky run up at Happy Valley last week. And the legends, Keith Young on board here. Mark of 41, he's not far off a class drop.
Yeah, it's not a particularly enviable task trying to draw a speed map for this race because not many of these have a huge amount of experience. Sunshine Universe went forward in a trial the other day, so that might see him go close. And First Butte, he's shown some good speed in his barrier trials. A debutant, of course, he might be close to the action, as indeed will the other one, Harvest Century.
Yeah, we'll have a look at both of them in a moment, but have a look at Super Missile firstly. Yes, he was defeated on debut as a short price favourite, but there was a long way back to third, and I think the 1,200 is going to suit him a lot better. He's done nothing but look good in the morning. First Butte, 1168 pounds. He's performed quite well in most of his trials. He's going to be interesting from barrier 13, though. It's not easy there for a horse that is in form, let alone a horse that hasn't had a start yet. And Harbour Century's a decent type as well. He's 1156 pounds, quite a big, sizable horse. He's got a lot of American pedigree through his breeding, so I get the feeling he'll be suited to the all-weather at some stage. I'd like to hear Jenny's opinion on him. I think she might suggest he's a bit soft.
All right, OK. Lucky ran at the last meeting in 2017, ran at the first in 2018, and he was another horse. He's actually odds-on debut. They expected a fair bit. We're still looking for that first win.
Yeah, and occasionally he's gone OK. Notably here, this is probably, all things considered, his best run so far, behind Mr. Right, who does like 1,000 metres at Happy Valley, so no disgrace in losing to him. He's a bit of a work in progress. Interesting that they're backing him up so quickly as well. It's not the strongest race of all time either, so I think he's going to be thereabouts.
There were good raps on him before he started. A little bit more patient in the way they're riding him too, and he's finding the line. I haven't completely ruled him out of the TT, but I don't have him in the first four.
All right, OK, that's Lucky. Super Missile, there was big raps on him coming into his first up effort, but he bumped into Respect.
Yes.
At $80.
That's right, yes. He couldn't frank the form by going onto the dirt, which is his preferred surface, but this can happen. We were suggesting on the day as well that he would be getting back in the pack and that he would be charging late, so maybe the $1.30 is a little bit short. He did exactly that, and if you took Respect out of the race, he bolts up. Of course, Respect was there. I think it's hard to be too negative on the performance. 1,200's better for him.
Yeah, I think he was just, well, badly done by through a flash in the pan with Respect, really. So, yeah, he's not going to be a great price, but he's by far the most likely winner.
All right, First Butte making his first start. And he actually wins this trial, his last trial. Yeah,
he wins this one. He was fifth in the one prior to that and second in his trial prior to that. Alberto Sanna's done a lot of the work on the horse. You can see him there with the cheek pieces on. They'll be on race day. Darcy Brahma out of a Golden Mare, just sort of cruising along there. He looks nice the way he moves. The barrier turned me off.
Yeah, that's not going to be easy, but if you go back to one of his earlier trials, he was second splitting Premier and Nice Kick, so that's a pretty decent bit of barrier trial form.
Certainly is, but we've got an odds-on favourite here, Brett. Super Missile on top for you?
Yep, he's on top for me, Andrew, yes, $1.60, Little Fish is sweet. Jolly Bountiful, I think, might be the horse to give him the most to do late. He'll be closing in strongly. He's only had the one win, and that was second up. Gracious Rider, they put the blinkers on last start and he overcooked himself early. I think coming to Shah 10, give him another chance with the blinkers coming off. And Royal Chocolate certainly picked up a little bit of form at his last two. Another one, of course, by So You Think, and he's coming to Shah 10 for the first time. So 3, 1, 4, 5, the ones I'm working around, but the 3, as John said, I think is the most likely winner.
Yeah, he's difficult to bet against Super Missile. It was a pretty decent run on debut. Yes, he didn't frank the very short price, but I think he'll go very well. Jolly Bountiful in there for second. Royal Chocolate needs to start better than he did at Happy Valley last time, but if he can, I think he'll get a good run in transit. And Sunshine Universe is the interesting one at a price here that maybe, if the barrier trial recently is anything to go by, they're going to try different tactics, and that might just help him get a bit close to the action. And, of course, he's down in grade, back in Class 4. But win number 3 is the way to play it.
All right, because in that barrier trial, he split Lucky Ear and beat the clock. Who go around in the Group 3. No guts, no glory. I'm tipping Sunshine Universe there. But he's going to take the world of beating, obviously, Super Missile, but that's where we'll go in the 6th.